Storm Tracker 7 weather is presented by Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Good Wednesday to you. Storm Tracker 7 Chief Meteorologist Jeff Booth here. Hopefully you enjoyed the day. It was not bad at all. A little cool to start, but we warmed up in a hurry. Once you get that sun out there, it really warms up, and we have temperatures that are in the low to mid 60s across much of the area. 65 in Wheeling, 64 in Steubenville. A couple upper 60s holding on over New Martinsville, St. Mary's, Caldwell, Zanesville, Cambridge. But again, most of us feeling pretty comfortable out there, and we're all in the 60s, so that's pretty groovy. Sorry, couldn't resist. Anyway, we have our wind speeds right now coming out of the northwest, anywhere from around 5 to 15 miles an hour, so there's a nice little breeze out there as well. If you get out in the sun, it feels pretty good, and it was interesting as I was walking around earlier today, a cloud would pass by, obscure the sun. You definitely felt a little chill to the air once that happened, but definitely those clouds have moved on out of here. Actually, anything we had earlier, pretty much looking at just mainly blue sky now. And you can see off to our east, we do have some frost advisories, maybe even a few freeze warnings out there by tomorrow morning, and that's because it's going to get chilly out there, and we are looking at a little bit cooler weather as you move out to the east and out to the southeast of us, but we'll have the potential for some frost before you know it. We continue this pleasant pattern because we have high pressure, stable air sitting on top of us, bringing in that wind. It has that northerly bend to it, which brings in that drier, that cooler air, and it does look like we're going to keep this around for another few days. We do have a little change in the pattern as we get on into the weekend, looking like we'll see the chance for a little rain by Sunday on into Monday, and out behind that system, things are going to be even cooler. We're talking about highs that'll be in the 50s. Take a look at the morning low, though, temperature outlook. Tomorrow morning, either side of 40, there definitely will be, I think, a few spots with a little patchy frost. A little better chance for that tomorrow morning, or I should say Friday morning, rather, with temperatures in town dropping to 37, getting cooler in those outlying areas. And if you don't see it, it's coming. If you don't see anything by Friday morning, as we get into next week, we're going to be dealing with some very cool nights as well. And you might be wondering, well, how can you get frost out there when the thermometer is dropping down into the mid-30s? Well, that's kind of a function of where we take the temperature. The temperature sensors are generally about 5 feet off the ground, which would be right about here on me. And as a result, you'll have temperatures in that area dropping down to the mid-30s. But as you get towards the surface, you can cool off a little more. A shallow layer of cool air can form where we have when we have light winds, and it can actually get down to freezing in those spots. So even though the thermometer might read the mid-30s, it may seem counterintuitive, you can still get some frost, though, when that happens. Let's jump down to the tropics and take a look at Hurricane Milton. It has weakened. It is a Category 3 storm, and it is forecast to make landfall sometime in the overnight hours tonight as a Category 3, and you can see it will weaken pretty quickly to a tropical storm as we get on into really the end of the day on Friday and beyond. So they are bracing for a major hurricane tonight. Tonight into tomorrow. Tonight we're going to drop down though to about 40 degrees, and we'll bounce back up to 63 in the afternoon, 71 degrees after starting off with some patchy frost on Friday morning. Really looks good for football games. If you're headed down to Morgantown, you got some good weather for that, and we're going to be about 72 in town with sunshine with some spotty rain possible at times on Sunday. A few spotty showers linger into the first part of Columbus Day, but the bigger story is those temperatures. They're going to be in the 50s for highs with those nighttime lows in the mid to upper 30s, so definitely a big cool down on the way.